Woo! Kid be on the beat.
Are you scared of face the problem? Well, I'm gonna leave. I'm about to show any soldiers with no peace. Now I wanna low more bars with my G's. Now I wanna low more bars with my G's. Are you scared of face the problem?
Your boy here, the Blackiska, aka Karabaskeva. We all know what they say: the blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. And welcome to another episode on podcast with Karabaskeva. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, you hit the ring bell button so that we can notify you next time when we post another video. The returners, thank you so much for the love and support. We really appreciate you. Continue with what you are doing. And today I'm joined by one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah, she's a media personality, a media practitioner, radio TV personality, model and MC. It's all about media. That's who she is. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Just now, she'll be with us. Tango. So, how are you, lady?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
Well, it is such a pleasure. I'm really happy to be here. It's my first time on a podcast interview. So, yeah, I've done a lot of interviews, but not a podcast. So this is something different, but definitely amazing. So I'm excited to have a conversation with you.
Wow, shout out to us. We are the first to have a beautiful lady here. So, yeah. Okay, so tell us, who are you actually?
Wow, that question. You know, whenever somebody asks you who you are, you think so many things, but I'm such a simple person. Okay. I am literally just a bottle of media inside of me. I'm a media personality, media practitioner, MC, radio, model, television, everything that's got to do with media. And that's Nolo in a nutshell. I'm just a happy person. I think that's why I'm in media as well.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So tell us, how did you start with all this media stuff?
Wow. You know, when we talk about destiny and purpose, I think that's where I am right now. And I couldn't be here if it wasn't for destiny, purpose. Everything is aligned. I think even as a child, I was always like the very odd one out, like the skinny, dark girl, very loud. Papa man, like, you know, just all over the place, all over the street, just always talking, having questions. And I think that's when I knew myself that I was going to be taking this route. I didn't know quite exactly if I was going to be in media, but I knew that I was going to work with people somehow. I think as you grow older, as you gain some knowledge, as you meet things along the way, then you start recognizing your talent, your gift, and what you've been given by God. And I think that's when I realized, you know what, man? I'm the girl I think I am. I can actually do this.
I love the confidence. Wow, this is beautiful. So let's talk about modeling first. How did you realize that you can do the modeling stuff? Because not anyone can do that.
Well, with modeling, I think it started with my family kind of encouraging me, saying, no, man, you have a body of a model, so why not do it? And I think I started with my first photo shoot at 16 years old. Shout out to my aunt. She paid for everything. Nice. She was like, you know what, we're getting you into this. And I had my first photo shoot. And just right after my first photo shoot, I entered my first pageant. And I won. Yeah, it was Miss Ellen Glen. Oh no, I got first princess, but that's still winning, right? I got first princess. And I think from right then and then, I knew that I was going to just go higher with my modeling. That's before even everything came into play, right? The modeling, I was really sure about my modeling, but I was not sure about everything else. And my dad, my mother encouraged me. Everyone else I think because of how I'm structured as a person, they always knew that it's either she's gonna be a model or a teacher or somewhere being a DJ, all right?
So you actually loved working with people ever since you were growing up?
Definitely. You know what brings me joy is seeing other people happy. I think even in spaces that I come in, I make sure that everybody is comfortable. I make sure that everyone is happy. I'm like the attentive person. So even at family gatherings, I'm like that girl that's always checking. Lenali dijo, do you guys have this? Can I get you that? Can I do this for you? So I've always been like a people's person. Even at church, I've always been that girl. Like, even though I know I can't sing, I'm going to sing at church.
You know, there's something about your confidence. You do things that you don't even think you can do them.
You know, I just think I love doing everything. I really love doing everything.
Wow.
And I love doing things that include people in it.
Oh, yeah.
Some people might say I love being seen, which is true. But honestly, it comes from a place of wanting to see other people happy. I get very comfortable when people are doing good and people are just okay and comfortable. I don't like seeing people not okay. You know what I mean? I want you to feel comfortable around me. I want you to feel comfortable in the space that you're in. And I think this is just a God-given gift, and that is why I'm in this path. I think if I didn't like people, then I'd be doing something else, not this.
Wow. No, I'm also comfortable. At least they can witness what you're talking about. At least they can witness that. Okay, then let's go to radio. How did you? Because, wow, a bottle of good things.
Yeah.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Let's go to radio. How did you start about doing radio presenting?
With radio, honestly speaking, you know, when you want to enter the media space, you never think about the other things that you want to do except for that one thing that you are setting your mind on. I always wanted to be a television personality, and I always knew that I was going to be a TV presenter one way or another. Radio was not even in my mind. I was not even thinking about radio. I was like, you know, all these things will find me when I get to my television dream. I was always chasing the television dream. And then I went to study film and television at Boston Media House. And when I got there, obviously Boston offers a lot of things, you know, your radio, television, PR, advertising, a lot of things. And when I got there, lucky enough, you know, there's something about God's timing that is just so amazing. Amen. When I got there, did my first year, and just towards the end of my first year, Boston Media House started this iconic thing that's never been done before, and they said we're starting campus radio.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
When they say we're starting campus radio, in my head I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. I told you I try a lot of things, right? I'm just like, we're going to give it a try, and I'm definitely going to do this. And lucky enough, I was called for an interview. I did an interview with the amazing Tim. He's one of the most prominent station managers in South Africa. Wow. And when you are interviewed by that man, sitting across the table with him, and he's asking you all these questions, you don't think you're gonna make it. I really didn't think I was gonna make it. And I had the interview, and a few weeks later, they called me, they told me, you've made it. You are part of the first people to ever be on Boston Media House radio, which has never been done in the history of BMH. I mean, your DJ Freshers, your More Flavors, your Kujote ladies went to Boston Media House, but they've never gotten that opportunity to be groomed by Boston, even though they went there to study. You know what I mean? So when I got that opportunity, I was like, no, man, I am radio. Radio is me. Now I have forgotten about my TV dream. I'm now like, no, radio is where I am. I feel comfortable doing this.
Wow. So you just, it was your first time trying radio, and then you killed it. And like you were one of the people first in history.
That is history. I think we should say that. That is history, because for the fact that all these Boston Media House students that have come and left, they've never gotten that opportunity to be in a professional setting, studio. That is like, wow, it was a dream come true for me, honestly speaking.
So now on TV, did you forget about it totally, or are you still going there?
Listen, things take time, and we will get there.
I love that.
We will get there, but I haven't forgotten about it. It's just that, you know, whenever people get to meet me, the first thing that they say, your voice. Oh my God, your voice. And I think that's why I've just kind of taken the seat back with the radio and just like, no, man, I love talking. This is what I love doing. But we are definitely going to be seeing a lot of my face on TV very soon.
Wow. Very soon. Note that. Very soon. This beautiful face on TV. So is there anything you're doing regarding TV?
Well, right now, it's not regarding TV, but I have a show in Eswatini, which was previously known as Swaziland. It is called XLR Plug with Nolo D.
Wow.
And we are trying to move the show to television.
Okay.
But obviously, I can't talk much about that, but we're still in the processes of moving it on TV, which is going to be on the Swaziland side of things, but it will definitely still be aired in South Africa. That's what we're doing. And yeah, I think I'm excited to see where it takes us and how we're going to go about it, taking it further.
Wow. Wait. Did I hear you saying Swaziland?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is international.
We are international.
You get what I'm saying? Wow. Swaziland.
Yeah.
How did they notice you? I mean, like, from Limpopo to Swaziland.
Wow.
From Limpopo to the world.
That's actually a very funny story, right? Yeah. So when I was in campus radio, my sound engineer and producer at the time, Lucian, shout out Lucian, he's from Eswatini originally, right? And we had such a good relationship. So when I was doing my first year, I think he was doing his last year and he was going to leave, right? But then we got to do a lot of things together. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, man, I feel like me and you are going to work together someday because we always like work so well together. He was also on radio and our shows were like on the same time, drive time, and our shows were on the same. So we would see each other literally almost every day because if it's not my show, it's his show. And when he left, he got to Swaziland and he was just like, yo, Nolo, I've started a company. This is what we do. And I'm trying to bring people on board to help me build this company. And I was like, you know what, which is one of my dreams, you know, I just don't want to be the face. I also want to make decisions behind the scenes, you know, producing, directing, you know, all these other things. And he was like, help me build this company. And I was like, right on, we are going to do that. XLR Media, that's who we are, Kingdom XLR.
Okay.
And he was like, okay, so how about we do something? And during lockdown, we were sitting at home, we were not doing anything, no gigs, you can't go anywhere. And I think at that time, as an artist, as a creative, our creativity as creatives literally just sparked. You could see a lot of things that were emerging out of COVID-19. And I always say that COVID for me was just something special because I got to do something that I really loved. And we're like, no, man, let's start a show where we can interview ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And it started like that. And yeah, we've been growing ever since. Now we are no longer doing ordinary people. We are doing extraordinary because you got to move. But we're still keeping it with the ordinary. And yeah, we just started talking to a whole lot of people who are doing some amazing things, creatives in the industry. And yeah.
So you've been into Swaziland?
Yeah.
Wow. Next time I want to go with you. Take me with you, please.
Listen, pack a bag. Let's go.
Asambe, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now because you are recognized at Swaziland, and then in Mzansi, anything happening?
Why
are you laughing?
That's actually a very good question. I think, you know what? They always say that you need to go beyond your boundaries. And it's always the people outside of where you are from that are going to give you the most support and the most love. So I really don't mind. But also in South Africa, especially right here, Limpopo, in my home, I am very much recognized, which is an amazing thing. You know what? There's a lot of us in Joburg, so I guess that's why I've also decided to come this side and build my brand, you know. And yeah, I think a lot of things that I'm doing this side have to do with seminars. I host a lot of those. Yeah, I'm breaking away from just hosting regular shows and getting more into the business purpose driven shows that I can also have my voice into. So I don't just want to do anything and everything for the sake of being seen and all of that. So I'm also very cautious about what I take for my gigs, everything else. So there's a lot of things that I should be doing, but I decide not to do because of the environment and the kind of show it is. And yeah, man, ke tlogetse strata, man.
When when you say Otroji Strat, because you're an MC also, ne? So who ya the groove, I know how it is to go on like be an MC. Can you dance?
I think that's why I've given. This is literally why I've given up. I cannot dance. I speak very well.
Yeah.
I talk, I can engage with the crowd, you know, yeah, well, yeah. We there. But when it comes to dancing, I'm a terrible dancer. Although people that, you know, I've done gigs for have never recognized that, because by the time I'm on stage and saying something about to welcome a DJ on stage, they're already gone. Right? They're so intoxicated.
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, she talks good, so that's good. But reality is, I cannot dance. And I think that's why I no longer want to be in those spaces. Because honestly speaking, wapala man. Like, the only thing I can do is move, like, you know, but where can moving take you? It cannot take you anywhere the whole night. We need to do something. You need to get on with the program, and you need to also engage with the crowd as well. I think the crowd loves an MC. We're talking in terms of groove MC, right? The crowd loves an MC that's going to be able to interact with them, that can dance, you know what I mean? And I cannot do that. And yeah. Also, I'm getting old, so I'm 24 by the way, but still, I'm getting old, so I can't be seen on stage ke jaiva masihu bathong.
Wait, 24? I'm not that old. Onoba ofeta Baby Cooper. Anyway, Mara, so okay, the reason now Oscar side grooving is because you can dance, and being an MC at Groove require you to dance like also.
You know what? I also think is the fact that I want to grow. I really want to grow my career. And even when I got into the media space, I knew who I wanted to be and I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be the MC that's at Groove, that's doing a lot of festivals. I'm very intentional about what I do. Intention. And my intention is to be a life changer, you know what I mean? And you cannot do that when you are in spaces that don't require you to have those conversations. I'm not gonna go to Groove and now I start asking you, so how do you think we can help people and the young people do this and that? No, you can't do that when you're in those spaces. So you need to grow out of the spaces that you've been in and start being with the relevant people, start interacting and networking with the people that are going to take you where you want to be taken, and I cannot find them in those spaces. So I needed to move myself away from what I know, what I knew, and also challenge myself to grow, because there's no way I'm going to be an award-winning media personality one day if I'm still
Don't say that. And so how was your first gig? Because when you can dance, how was it?
Oh my God. You know what? My first gig was with Ladies Amar.
Wow.
That was an interesting thing, because I was still at school at the time, right? And the promoter, the organizer, called me. He was like, yo, where you at? I'm like, no, I'm in Joburg. I'm doing my thing. They were like, we come in there today. We're going to talk to you. I'm like, okay, sure. They literally came to my school and they said, we are outside. Can we talk to you? And we had a meeting by Ben Moore and we sat down and they were like, this is what we want you to do. Lady Zamar is our headliner and we also want you to be the MC. And the experience, honestly, for me, it was pleasant for a first time, a very huge crowd, women who love dancing, because it was in August for Women's Day. And we did that, and obviously I was also entering a territory of celebrity life, and I got to kind of see how we live and how we do it. And it was very hard because when we are all under pressure and we all want to deliver, I had like a little bit of an altercation with Lady Zamar at the time. And but then it was behind the scenes things, man, nobody knew. And I went to my hotel room, I cried because she was so rude to me. She was really rude to me. I cried. Also because it was my first time, I was feeling overwhelmed as well. I'm like, why is she treating me like this? I told you I love people. So I was like, why is she treating me like this? And it was over such a silly thing. But I felt so overwhelmed because it was also my first time. Went back to my hotel room because she was the last to perform anyway. I was like, I'm gonna cry this one out. And I cried and changed and came back and we rocked. And the show went on.
Wow. Let me just say this, ne? You actually blessed on how you say it, because your first gig, you have to go with Lady Zamar on stage. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So besides grooves, because now you've grown, you're a lady, you want to grow people and all that. So now what is it that you do besides like going to grooves?
So I'm more into hosting seminars, award shows, kind of your corporate events, mostly. That's where I'm currently in, and that's where the Machankuris is in. So I think that kind of also motivates you as a person, because you know what, being a creative in the media space, it's not easy. So you also need to get into spaces that you will grow financially. You have to grow financially. And I think that's so important. So that's where I'm heading right now, and that's where I'm at.
Okay, so are you hosting anything anytime soon?
There's a lot of things. Oh my God. There's a lot of things happening this August. I can't mention them all because I think all the events that have booked me to MC, if they watch this, they're going to be like, then why didn't you mention my event?
Oh yeah, I get that.
But there's a lot of women events that I'm hosting this coming month. Chilled vibes, corporate things, so that's what we're going to be doing. And so what I did was clear my schedule this July so that I don't do anything, because August we're going back to back. So also it's important to rest. So
That's nice. Let's go back to radio name. I want to know, which radio stations have you worked with besides you in Boston?
So I've done a lot with Thobela FM. Not so long ago, actually. I was their guest host for Youth Day, and my baby was like, "Yo." No, honestly speaking, Spady Saga is not. Asitsenelele wangusha. Like kisela sa just like so it was very hard for me. Also, I was working with Mankuku and Skumbuzo. So these are people that I look up to and I would have loved to work with when I was a kid. And being in the same studio with them and just working with them was such an eye-opener as well. And being Betty as well, it was just eye-opening, telling me that I should read more. Not English only, but I should read more. Yeah, it was very hard. I won't lie, it was very hard. Even though they made me comfortable, gave me scripts, everything, it was so hard. I think it was the hardest radio experience I've ever done, ever in my life. I think out of the stations that I've worked with, I've done voiceovers for a few stations here and there, but being in the studio, drive time, Mankuku,
Legend.
Skumbuzo,
Legend.
and you are there. Kaspedinyana Saho Chamu. No ways, but that was hard. But honestly, the experience for me was amazing. Also because it is a national radio. I think after campus radio, I never had time to just pursue my radio dream on a national level. So when they gave me that chance, I was really, really grateful. It was hard, but I enjoyed every single minute of it, and they made me comfortable. Honestly, it was the best team I could have asked to work with. Yeah.
Now that's nice. So when your Spedi is Spediana, is not. Ojogara, where are you from?
Ketjwa Jane Fairs, Raskukune.
What happened with you?
The thing is, I didn't grow up in Limpopo. I grew up in Joburg. Yeah, so I grew up in Joburg, did my primary there, high school there, varsity there. So you can imagine, right? Ke tla ga di school holiday fela. So Spedi sa no ba go tropa kwa wa bona.
Nah, it makes sense because get about what that side, but I what the theater get understand that now. So when I get sure, look at the theater hold. But then anyway, let's not go there. So because firstly, tomorrow let's get your modeling career, and then Umbulito will a princess, ne, for the first time, and then are you still are you continuing with that or learn with which?
No, I think I love pageants. I think the reason why I love pageants, and I'm gonna say this, like I said, I love people. I love working with people. And as much as people think that pageants are just a beauty thing where we show off or whatever, pageants are so much more than that. Pageants are about community building. And anyone who can tell you who's in pageants, they'll tell you that those girls do a lot of work and they work with people. So I love that about pageants. I love giving. I love giving, but in order to give, you need to have somebody to push you to give. You need somebody with a platform to help you to give. You know, I can't just give Nolo D, you know. I need a team of people behind me who are going to contribute to the giving. So I just love that about pageants, and I don't think I'm going to stop pageants anytime soon because they give me an opportunity to engage with communities on social issues, to engage with people and, you know, just get to people's level and kind of find out how you can help using your platform. So I think pageants have created that safe haven for me, and I will forever appreciate that, and I won't stop. I think we got him from South Africa.
Tango, I was about to say that. I was about, the future Miss South Africa. Now we'll definitely be waiting for the big moment. I'll be so happy seeing you as wow, bruh. Now that's very nice. So now, are you currently Miss something?
I am currently Miss Kukne FM. SKFM.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes. Previously, I was Miss Beauty World South Africa. I was also Miss Fetahomu Dubatse local municipality. Also, I've never entered a lot of pageants. I enter with a purpose. I told you, everything that I do is about intention and purpose. So I'm not just going to enter every pageant Molimpopo because I feel like it. No, I have to have a clear understanding of what the pageant is pushing. What mandate are they pushing? Are they pushing women empowerment? Are they pushing this and this? Or are they just pushing their own agenda to make money? You know what? So I always make sure that whenever I try to enter a competition, a pageant, it must be aligned with my vision. So that when I win as a queen, the alignment is there. You know what I mean? Then it's not difficult for me to reign as your queen, to be your ambassador, because we are aligned. If you are going to talk about women empowerment, youth empowerment, you know, community development, community building, I'm there. And then I enter. Hopefully I win.
Okay, because I hear you love working with people, you love helping people. Do you have any organization maybe?
Yeah, so I am an ambassador for Kwakanya Foundation. We also have my own family foundation, which is started by my mother, called Shalom Community Development, and also Nolo Foundation, but we've put that on hold and we're focusing on the family foundation. And yeah, I love working with a lot of foundations. Not so long ago, we did the 67 minutes with Maretlagadi Welfare Center, and I got to meet a lot of foundations there, so I'm going to be working with a lot of foundations from now on, and I think it will work better if I am the ambassador, I've realized.
Wow, you're such a great person. We need people, we need a lot of Nolo D's in the whole world, because it's definitely going to be a better place. We need like people who love helping without getting, benefiting something. They do it out of love. So ladies and gentlemen, let us take a quick break. We'll be back.
Hi guys, welcome to Baking with Concelia. I go by the name of Concelia Ishiru from Makurunga New State. I'm going to show you how I make my muffins, but I've already made the dough, so I'm just going to tell you what I've used. I've used a little bit of eggs, some oil and water, and also the muffin flour. So I'm also taking orders. I do muffins, scones, I do cakes. So if you want to order, text me on WhatsApp on 068-270-6138. If you want to call me on 0764-098-236. Thank you.
Okay, now since you are an ambassador, tell me, don't you get stressed when you have to go out on doing those charity, modeling and everything? Don't you get stressed with the way you have to look?
I think a woman's life is already stressful. I mean, we stress about the simple thing, just going out to get bread. You need to you need to look like you're alive, know. But in terms of what I do, it does get stressful. I used to work with a lot of designers before I decided, you know what, I'm going to do everything on my own. But yeah, I used to work with the likes of LSJ designers, who is part of Hertz, like fan club.
Okay.
No, let me not say fan club. He was like part of the design team of Gert. So I used to work a lot with him. We did Tembisa Fashion Week together. And from Tembisa Fashion Week, I did SA Fashion Week, but I did as photographer, media side of things. Oh. Yeah, I used to be a photographer. I know I've evolved. So yeah, but I work a lot with designers, makeup artists. I think as my brand continues to move and grow, it attracts a lot of people as well. So I think that's what I'm grateful for. As you grow, as you rebrand yourself, you also are attracting a different market, right? Which is open for makeup artists who now want to collaborate with me, a lot of designers who want to do things for me, which I'm grateful for. And yeah, I just love it.
You know, you don't stop to amaze me. I know it's for the first time we meet, but you keep on amazing me. So you say you were a photographer. You're no longer a photographer.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Believe it or not, that's why I said I always knew that I was going to be in media. Yeah. I think before I even started with the on-screen thing, I was kind of doubting my talent a little bit, because there's a lot of us in Joburg, right? Yeah. There's a lot of people who are talented, so I always thought, you know what, how about I be a bad-ass woman photographer, female photographer, videographer, sound. I just love the idea of wearing black, right? I love the idea of wearing black, holding equipment. Everyone is looking at you like, Kimang Wanyana Oka camera. And I'm just like, yeah. Even though, let me tell you the truth, my camera skills were not good. I just love the idea that people love to see a female I just love pushing boundaries. I love the idea of people seeing a female photographer and they're like, oh my gosh, does she really do that? But honestly speaking, I'm more comfortable producing, directing, which is what I studied for, writing as well. I think that is my strength. But with the cameras, you know what? I loved it when I was still a kid, but now it's just like, no. My mother asked me every day, can I get you a camera? Don't you want to go back to it? I'm like, I don't see it happening. But the knowledge that I got from being behind the scenes, behind the camera, has definitely made me comfortable with being in front of the camera. And it's made things a lot easier because I know how to operate the camera, I know what shutter speed means, I know what this and that means, I know the kind of camera we are using. Those things those are the basics. So you need to know as a media practitioner. Yeah.
So, okay, I don't know about this one I'm about to ask. But then, have you tried acting?
Listen, I'm a terrible actor. Not so long ago. Listen, wow, that's actually such a very good question.
Okay.
Not so long ago, I was approached by a really huge agency, but it's an acting agency, which I was very bummed because I was hoping that it was, modeling agency, but I was approached by an acting agency and they were like, Nolo, we've got a script for you, please, because I think the director saw me as the character.
Yeah.
But obviously acting is a little bit different. Yeah. And, they were like, yeah, man, do this, record stuff for us and send it back quickly. And it was for a very famous soapy in South Africa. Dude, I lost a bag. You know when you say, chelete, machanku. I lost a lot of money, all because I cannot act. You know what? I did the self-tape, got there in front of the camera. I had to pretend as if I was an editor. Okay. Act as if I was an editor. And I do look like an editor, right? of a paper. And we did that. Yeah. And listen, when I looked at myself and looked at the screen at the recording, I was like, let's stick to talking. But I believe that with time and some practice, but I don't want to get myself into things that I know are not meant for me. Yeah. I'm not meant to be an actress. Hopefully one day with the right kind of people around me, with the skill, the teachings, everything around me, then we'll hopefully get into that. But honestly speaking, acting is not for me. I cannot act.
Because like when you're talking, I feel like you deserve to be in some soap, like you deserve to be on screen each and every day, Monday to Friday. We watch you maybe around 9, I don't know,
But you know what? We can try this and act. That was an act.
No, before we can conclude, I want to know, which soap was that?
I can't tell you. I can't.
So you cannot. But then it's a big one.
Yeah, it's trending every day.
I have this one in my head. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
You'll tell me behind the scenes.
Okay, Well, Nolo D, it was a great pleasure to have you here with me. I really appreciate. You're such an amazing person, amazing personality. I'm happy.
Thank you.
I'm so happy, and I appreciate you so much. I'm even out of words because I never expected this from Swaziland. You worked with,
Thank you.
A big celebrity. Yeah, shout out to you. So, yeah.
I'm just a Letswana.
Okay, what's Pedine? What's Letswana again?
That means I can celebrity, ne? Mara. I'm going there.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, seletswana ne. Ere go tlhalosetse ke Sepedi sa gešo. What's the celeb? Se sa go rema, se senyane.
Mara ke re hona jwale re bolela ka
A celeb. No, if you tell someone gore kona seletswana, they will think of that.
But you know what? That's actually a good description because Shuguti, I'm conking. Shuguti, I'm in the right direction. I'm doing the thing.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Wow. That's nice, man. That's nice. So, where can they find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on Instagram. It is at nolod_. I have 2 accounts, right? Okay. On Instagram. The other one is Nolo_D. Don't follow that one. Follow Nolo_D_. And on Facebook, it's just Nolod. Twitter, Nolod. I'm such a simple girl. Yeah. So if you search Nolod, it will literally pop up there. So yeah, and please don't forget to follow Kingdom XLR Media on Instagram. That's where my show, XLR Plug with Nolod, is on. And we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. And we just have conversations with amazing people doing amazing things in Eswatini. And of course, we've just added South Africans into the mix, so now they get to be part of the show. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of do a lot more TV, a lot of radio stuff. My emceeing is also taking a corporate route, so I'm excited about that as well. I'm excited to be in spaces that inspire. I'm excited to be having conversations with people like you and just talking about what I love doing. I think what's most interesting about this is the fact that I'm never on the side. Okay. So I feel like my privacy has been invaded. So I literally now know how it feels when I interview people, because normally I'm on the side, on your side, asking the questions. So yeah, I think we're gonna need to work a lot more on how to answer, because I love interrogating people. So now you're interrogating me, it's a different thing. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing just a lot more of the charity work, of course. Pageants, I'm coming in hard with that. And yeah, if I'm not a judge, I'm definitely a queen. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, before we go, Nim, I want you to give all the ladies a message. All the ladies out there, the young girls, a message. Yeah.
I think what I can say is, and you need to listen to me very carefully, especially if you are a young girl who is from an underprivileged background. Be careful of, there's nothing as dangerous as a man with resources and they know that you're vulnerable. Never get yourself in a vulnerable position, all right? There's a person who knows that you are talented, you are gifted, but they want to take advantage of that. So please make sure that you stay clear away from those people and stay focused on your journey. It is your journey. Nobody can walk it for you. And honestly speaking, as much as it's hard when people tell you that hard work pays off, but trust me, it does pay off. Work hard. There are opportunities that are gonna come and they're gonna look like they're good for you, but they're not. Make sure that you know who you are and you know what you want, and don't think because Instagram is saying this, Facebook is saying that, Twitter is saying that, Nolod is saying this, that's the right way to do. Be true to yourself and be focused, and honestly, God will align all these things for you. There's nothing that's impossible with God. And if you write down all these goals and tell God and pray about it, meditate upon it, we're not saying it's easy. It's definitely not easy. I'm also struggling myself, but I'm focused and I know where I'm going. It might take time, but it's all going to be worth it at the end. There's nothing as special as celebrating your wins when you know that you've done it the right way. Yeah. And when it comes the right way, it stays longer. It's not a temporary thing. It's definitely a permanent thing. So do things the right way. And yeah, to also all the young boys out there, do the right things. We always say that men are the one that are always luring, girls with money. There are women who are in powerful positions who also do that. So also be careful of that and never let anybody take advantage of your situation. Yes, it might not be looking good now and it might seem like it's not getting any better, but please don't make the mistakes of falling into traps that you'll never get out of. You know what I mean? So yeah, take care of yourself and make sure that you put God first in everything. And just love yourself. Just do what makes sense to you. A lot of people said that this media thing was not going to work out, but I've stayed true to myself, and it's working out. And just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Do it and be better at it, and just wait for your time. Waiting is honestly the right thing to do. Always wait for your time. If Nolo D is getting ahead and you are just like, oh my God, why aren't my things moving? There are people that we see today, your Palmudi ideas, your Boities, your Wanangs, they've worked, but we didn't see their work process, right? We are only seeing this finished product, right? But the product needed to be, dusted, it needed to be rebranded, it had to work. So just work on yourself daily. It's not easy, but it gets better, I promise you. Yeah.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you so much, Nolo D. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say anything more. All I can say is that thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. It's your boy here, the Blacky Sky. And don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms under Karabo Sky Vutladi. Stay blessed. I love you so much. And then I say this again. If you're new here, do not forget to subscribe. Press the ring bell button so that we can notify you next time when we post another video. Thank you so much. I love you. God bless. Tango.
Too many bugs like I was born inside a cell. Too much fire, man, I'm taking over hell. Everybody be asking for doing well. I'm too sick, fake niggas, can't you tell? And I COVID-19 my flow. This breath from your ears to your motherfucking brain. Don't stop.